Hi guys, since the last mousepad roundup I've received and bought some really nice mousepads that I wanted to talk to you about. All these 5 mousepads that I'm gonna talk to you about are really nice in their own categories and are pads that I can safely recommend to try if you are looking for a new mousepad. First one is the just released pad from the Whale called the Blitz, which I made a really in-depth review a couple of weeks ago, and it's a hybrid between the Artisan Zero and the Walhout, or the Hien basically. It's one of my absolute favorites currently because of the balance it offers, and I've hit multiple aim training high scores with it in tracking and clicking recently. Pad comes in various sizes and 2 different base firmnesses, which I have tried the softer one. It is a pad that offers great control overall but is slightly faster than other control pads. One unique characteristic of this pad that is that it's not depending on the skates you use almost at all, and it has a very good humidity resistance. Its static friction is slightly smaller than other control pads, and the dynamic friction is similar to the Saturn Pro or the Zero Mid, so it offers great control on your micro adjustments, and tracking feels incredibly precise on it. The base of the pad is made from IPU and it behaves very similarly to the soft Poron Artisan offers. Stitching is also of great quality on it. It's very thin and consistent and doesn't hinder the usage at all. The price of this pad, it starts at 45 euros at Laonda, and it is a pad that I feel very confident in aiming, so it is a really solid recommendation for you guys. Then we have the Memoria Pro from Superbeings Lab in this beautiful Arabelle blue colorway, and it's a control pad with some nice characteristics also. The color of this pad is also probably the cleanest I've seen. The blue is so vibrant and beautiful, so I try to do my best in post-production to get the color right in the video. This pad is also available in black if you prefer that. The size of the pad is 490 x 420 and it's 3.5 millimeters thick, so it's slightly thinner than, for example, Artisan soft pads. The base is called Soft Glide PU foam and is also very sticky on my desk. Softness is very similar to Artisan soft offerings, but the pad is thinner than the Artisan soft pad, so the experience is a bit more dense. Stitching is very nice and consistent on this pad, and it's slightly below the surface of the pad, so you don't feel it at all while in use. Speed-wise, this pad offers basically the same static friction as the Zero Mid, and the dynamic friction is a bit higher than that, so it is a pure control pad in the traditional sense. It is a pad that I usually use when I feel shaky with my aim, maybe after a gym session or drinking lots of coffee like we Finnish people tend to do, and it has served me incredibly well. I have managed to break a few of my aim training high scores with this, especially in tracking, and it is a pad that I will keep in my rotation 100%. Compared to the Zero, this pad has a smoother surface and it doesn't have that annoying pet hair issue of the Zero. The price of this pad is $50 or 60 euros from Max Gaming with the Max Gaming tax, so a bit pricier for us EU folks, but I can safely recommend this pad as an alternative to the Artisan Zero, for example. This is a top tier mousepad and is one of the best releases of 2023 in my opinion. Then we have 2 awesome pads from X-raypad, the Equate V2 Plus and my custom printed Aqua Control II, which both are really awesome hybrid pads with a solid bang for your buck ratios. The both pads measure 450 x 400 mm and their thickness is 4 mm. Both pads are also available in 500 x 500 in square size, which I regret not getting because the only reason I don't use this more is the size. The base on both is made from natural rubber, which works flawlessly on my desk. Softness wise, the Equate V2 Plus feels slightly softer because the fabric of the pad is a bit more stretchy than on the Aqua Control II, but overall the softness is slightly firmer than Artisan soft base. The stitching on both is good considering the price. It is slightly higher than the surface of the pad, so you can feel it a little while in use, and if you use a sleeve it will rub on the stitching and some fraying will happen eventually, but it's really consistent and good quality overall. Speed-wise, both of these are quite similar, with the Equate V2 Plus being slightly faster feeling with smaller static friction. Dynamic friction that I measured were basically the same on both, which is very similar to the Artisan Raiden X Soft. So both of these pads are fast hybrid pads with great value. The design on the Equate V2 Plus looks pretty cool and has these tiny sparkles on it. I don't know if I can get that on camera, but yeah, there's tiny sparkles. You can also get a custom printed version of this, just like this Aqua Control II. The picture on this is an old ink painting from the Moomin, which features the hobgoblin at the end of the world. Or maybe it's house gaming. The resemblance is uncanny, so let me know in the comments below who you think it is. Both of these pads cost just $30 or $35 for the square size on Lethal Gaming Gear and €30 on Max Gaming, so the value on these is crazy good. Just like the last mousepad I have on my list. The one and only Ikea Lånespelare that has been praised by the mousepad enthusiasts for the past year or so. So naturally I had to get one to test also. It is a surprisingly solid control pad with a laughably small price tag and a great availability from Ikeas all over the world. Ikea themselves don't even know the masterpiece they have in their collection and even have it rolled the wrong way in their pictures on the website.
No.
The pad is available in a quite small size of 440 x 360 and also in desk pad size 900 x 400 millimeters, which I have the smaller one sadly. I don't actually remember the desk pad size to be available and I couldn't find it available in Ikea's US store online, so it might be new or just available in EU. But at least here in Finland it's right there on the website. Base is this natural rubber base with very dense foam, so it's basically an artisan meat firmness, but with a much better stickiness on my desk. The edges are not stitched, but they have held up pretty nicely. I've had this pad for like half a year now, and yeah, no fraying can be seen on the edges. Speed-wise, it's a control pad with a surprisingly low static friction. I was quite surprised to find out the static friction is basically the same as the Aqua Control II, and the dynamic friction is basically the same as the Zero Mid, so it is a control pad with some speed as well. Humidity resistance seems great as well, and I can't observe any change in the glide when I wipe it with a moist cloth and swipe my mouse over it. So yeah, definitely one of the most interesting mousepads that I've tried, and one that definitely doesn't break the bank for you. You can get the smaller size for around €13 or $13, which is a price that can't be really beat. So give the Ikea Lånespelare a try if you're shopping some furniture in Ikea, and grab a few hot dogs on your way out. Do they sell hot dogs in every Ikea all over the world? I don't really know. But now that we talk about all these pads, which one is your favorite? Which one are you going to get next, if any? Let me know in the comments below, and like always, thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Goodbye.